Okay, a few weeks ago I won this Givey from Lefty Collects, and I wanted to return the favor by making a custom card. And so I'm gonna look through the cards here and pick one that I can customize for him or her. And yeah, it's just something that I thought would be fun to do. There was a few good cards in there, little Randy Johnson, and they call it an error card because it has 2 pink dots, but I'm not sure if that increases the value or not. Anyways, so I'm gonna end up picking I'm kind of looking for good designs, but I end up going with the card on top because of the wide range of space there. So anyways, yeah, that's the card I'm gonna customize. Okay, so I'm gonna walk you a little bit through how I start one of these cards, and usually I start with white, and you gotta fill the space up with white, and this is kind of a messy part of the art. It's gonna look bad for a long time, and right now I'm just thinking of a swamp creature, and so I'm putting drips all over it, and this is gonna be the mouth where I can make it look a little creepy or whatnot. And so we're gonna put these white marks so I can put color on top of those. So basically you kind of have to start with a blank canvas. Yeah, and so even with the eyes there, I'm like, ooh, those are the landmarks of the creepy eyes that I need. And so yeah, it kind of takes a little while to figure out what you're gonna do, especially without a reference photo. It's kind of using what you have to turn it into something. And so yeah, I'm covering as much as I can up with white, and it looks pretty bad. And so anybody that walks up on you at this time is going to be like, what are you even doing? And it kind of feels like a lost cause for a little bit, but it's fun. Just keep going, push past that resistance of wanting to quit, because it's going to look like nothing for quite a while. Okay, so switching to green marker, it's going to be the same process. You're going over the outlines of what you just did with white, and you're doing that with the green. And it's also going to be quite messy and a little bit confusing at this stage, but just keep pushing through, and it's pretty fun. I love turning these common cards into something uncommon, and that's kind of one of the things I've been branding for my series. This series that I'm working on is Ultra Crypt, so it's kind of like monsters and just funny like characters that I can make from some of these common cards that we get in the Junk Wax era cards. And the Junk Wax cards have a good texture to them. They're easier to work on rather than these new glossy cards that we have. Yeah, so these are kind of fun. Anyway, so I'm just gonna try to preserve the smile, the eyes, and just keeping track of everything. But it's gonna be green for the most part, this whole thing, especially the drips and whatnot. And I'm keeping the whites as white as I can. So teeth and eyeballs, things like that. Other than that, everything's gonna be green. What I just did, you do it twice. And then you'll kind of move into the next part as well. Okay, so the next part is my favorite part, and we already started a little bit, but inking is the thing that makes the whole package come alive, where everything starts to get more detailed and starts to make sense. And so yeah, this is the part where you lock in on the design and start creating those details. For me, it would be adding these drips, and I'm starting with that, the hat, and then moving just downwards. And so yeah, we're just adding drips and wrinkles, smile lines, different things like that to make it look as realistic as possible, and still have an illustration like manga type effect. I've been doing a lot of One Piece watching, so maybe there's a little bit of One Piece vibes from this as well, but it's all pretty much being made up as I go. And so that's kind of the fun part of these art cards. And I'm really working on my abilities right now and hoping someday to work for or make some art cards for Topps or Upper Deck or one of those bigger companies where I can finally get my name out. And so this is one of those cards where I'm practicing. Like I said, I call myself Ulta Sports Cards, and this is the Ulta Crypt. This is probably my third card I made in that crypt style. In this final part, I'm adding color and a little bit of highlights and a little bit of turning the teeth into like a more dingy yellow. And so yeah, these are the fun little details you get to do as you paint cards like this. Is just look for fun ways to make it look realistic and pretty cool. So yeah, I'm sending this to the person that sent me a free giveaway on Whatnot. They sent me a wax 90s pack of Flair cards. And yeah, I'm going to hopefully send some love back their way. Right now I'm just branding it with my Ulta, putting my signature, and changing some details from the branding just so I'm not hurting anybody's feelings. Anyways, so yeah, that's my tradition, is sign it, and this is a unique one-to-one card. I do take custom work, and I'm looking for commissions currently. We'll take commissions at about $20 to make a custom card that I can either find, or if you send me a old wax pack, I can do the same for you. Pick one and make it for you from a random draw. So I will shoot a video if I do that, and I really like this format, so I hope to do it again. Right now I'm just adding a last little drip onto the card. Yeah, just adding these little details, pushing the darks and the lights is really where you get the realism. And so yeah, every drip gets some black added to it. And if you want your drips to stand out a little more, you can add a little highlight. That's what makes these cards awesome. And actually pretty fun to do. So yeah, let me know if you would like a custom card. I do sell these also on PayPal. I'll try to put a link in there to my PayPal, some of these cards that I have available. I've been working on One Piece, I work on sports cards, and that's pretty much it. I am grateful for this opportunity to share with you guys, and to hopefully give back to the person that was kind enough to give to me. I love a giveaway, and so this is the first time where I'm like responding with another giveaway, so it's pretty cool. Let me know about you and your hobby collections and things that you're interested in the comments below. And yeah, keep following along on the journey. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, I just wrapped this up by wanting to include a personal thank you and introduce who I am and what I was doing with this card. Yeah, so it was really fun. I like to include a personal letter to everybody that buys art from me. And yeah, please follow along on the journey. I'm going to continue to try to do more videos like this. Thanks. So yeah, just keep adding the black ink as you go and go and go. Yeah, so I was just thinking as I was doing this, like, have you ever considered what you can turn other things into? I really love sports cards for the ability to turn these common cards that aren't really worth anything, especially in the wax era. They call it junk wax era. These cards are overproduced and therefore almost worthless. Especially if it was someone that we didn't consider a major star. Like this guy, this is a rookie card. It's probably valued at about $1.50 maybe. But yeah, so it was just, I love being able to turn them into something new with these Ulta Crypt cards, these monster cards. Turning them into something new is kind of fun. And I did this one. I don't know if you caught that at the beginning, but I was sent this pack of cards because I won it on a Whatnot giveaway, which they call a givey. Yeah, so I won it. Somebody randomly sent it to me in the mail, and I'm like, wow, how cool. Yeah, and so I'm opening that pack, and I created this card from, I think his name is Brian Dubois. The name's not showing on the screen, but he was a rookie that year, and now it's like, okay, let's turn it into something pretty cool. And so yeah, I'm having fun turning these commons into uncommon cards. So if you have any common cards like that, or a whole maybe a wax pack that you want me to open, and then I'll create one card for you and I'll keep the rest, that's an arrangement that I'm willing to do.